What if the gods of the ancient world were never gods at all? What if the lights that descended from the sky, the beings carved into stone and worshipped across civilizations, were not divine, but visitors from another world? For centuries, myths, monuments, and mysteries have fueled one of history's most provocative ideas, that extraterrestrial beings may have visited Earth long before recorded history. This is the story of those who came from the stars, or so the legends say. When we look into the past, we find a pattern that stretches across continents, cultures, and millennia. From the temples of Egypt to the ziggurats of Mesopotamia, from the Andes to the Indus Valley, humanity's oldest stories all seem to point upward. The gods descended from the heavens, bearing wisdom, tools, and power beyond human understanding. But who were they really? The idea that ancient humans might have encountered beings from beyond our world isn't new. In the 1960s, it was called the Ancient Astronaut Theory, the belief that extraterrestrial visitors influenced early civilizations. But its roots are far older than modern speculation. They lie in the myths and symbols that shaped humanity's first memories. Let's begin in ancient Sumer, the cradle of civilization, over 5,000 years ago. The Sumerians spoke of beings called the Anunnaki, those who came from the heavens. According to their myths, these divine figures descended from the sky and shaped mankind from clay, giving life and intelligence. They were described not as spirits or formless deities, but as beings of flesh and bone who walked among humans. They taught writing, mathematics, and agriculture, gifts of civilization itself. Was this mythology, or the distant memory of a real encounter? Thousands of miles away in Egypt, we see the same patterns. The gods of Egypt, Osiris, Isis, Ra, all descended from the heavens in blazing light. The pyramids, perfectly aligned with the stars of Orion's belt, have puzzled scientists for centuries. How did a Bronze Age civilization build such precise, massive structures with the tools of their time? Were the pyramids monuments to human ingenuity alone, or signals, messages to those who came from the stars? In Central America, the ancient Maya and Aztec civilizations spoke of the gods who descended in fiery chariots, who taught astronomy and timekeeping. The god Kukulkan, the feathered serpent, was said to arrive from the sky and return to it after teaching humanity how to build and rule. Even his temple at Chichen Itza mirrors celestial cycles so perfectly that twice a year, during the equinox, light forms the image of a serpent sliding down the pyramid's steps. Coincidence or design? Across the ocean in India, the Vedas describe flying machines called Vimanas, vast aerial chariots powered by unknown energy. Texts written thousands of years ago describe sky battles between gods and demons, complete with fire, thunder, and blinding light. Some even detail the metals and power sources used to make them fly. For centuries, scholars treated these stories as allegory, but others wonder, could they be eyewitness accounts of ancient technology? And in South America, atop the high plateaus of Peru, lies one of the most mysterious sights on Earth, the Nazca Lines. Gigantic shapes etched into the desert floor, only visible from the sky. A hummingbird, a spider, a monkey, and long, precise lines that stretch for miles. Who were they made for? The people who built them could not have seen the patterns from the ground. Were they offerings to sky gods, or markers for something descending from above? The same story repeats in every corner of the world. Ancient people looking upward, carving what they saw into stone, painting it onto walls, passing the tales through generations. Beings who came from the sky, shining like fire, descending in clouds or metal ships. And when they left, they promised to return. Skeptics argue these stories are metaphors, human imagination reaching for meaning in the unknown. They say ancient people used the language of gods and stars to explain the unexplainable. But what if the truth lies somewhere between? What if these myths preserve fragments of memory, distorted by time, but born from real encounters? Consider the Dogon people of West Africa. Long before modern astronomy, they somehow knew of Sirius B, a white dwarf star invisible to the naked eye. They claimed their ancestors were visited by beings from that system, the Nomo, who came to Earth to teach and guide humanity. When Western scientists confirmed the existence of Sirius B in the 20th century, the Dogon's ancient knowledge stunned the world. How could they have known? In the deserts of Bolivia, the ruins of Pumapunku defy explanation. Massive stone blocks carved with laser-like precision, each weighing hundreds of tons, fit together perfectly, as though machined by modern tools. Yet the site is over 14,000 years old. No chisels, no hammers, no technology we know could have built it. To this day, the question remains, who built Pumapunku and how? And then there are the carvings. Everywhere you look, from ancient Egypt to the Olmecs, from Assyria to the Andes, you find depictions of figures wearing helmets, carrying strange devices, surrounded by flames or rays of light. Some look eerily mechanical. Were they stylized gods, or memories of visitors who came from the sky? Even in the Bible and other sacred texts, we find curious descriptions. Ezekiel's vision speaks of wheels within wheels, descending from the sky, glowing with fire and lightning. In the book of Enoch, angels called Watchers descend to earth, taking human wives and teaching forbidden knowledge. Every culture has its watchers, its messengers, its beings of light. All of them arrive from the same place, the heavens. The Ancient Astronaut Theory suggests that what ancient people called gods might have been visitors, not divine but advanced. Their technology so incomprehensible that to primitive eyes it appeared as magic. Fire from the heavens, voices in the wind, chariots of flame. But if they truly came, where did they go? Some theorists believe these beings never left, that they watch from a distance, perhaps even guiding our progress subtly as they did before. Others say they left behind genetic traces, that humanity itself might be part of their experiment, an echo of their image. It's a controversial idea, but one that refuses to fade. Modern science searches for life beyond Earth. We send probes, scan the stars, and wait for a signal. Yet, if the ancient legends are right, that signal may have come thousands of years ago, and we, humanity, may be the descendants of those who answered it. The truth may never be proven, but the evidence of myth, of stone, of memory, it all points to something extraordinary. Maybe not little green men, but something far older and stranger, something that shaped who we are. Because whether you believe in ancient astronauts or not, one thing is undeniable. Our ancestors were obsessed with the stars. They looked up, not just in wonder, but in remembrance. Perhaps they were trying to tell us something we've forgotten, something we're only beginning to rediscover. When the night sky is clear and the stars burn bright, remember, the first humans saw the same lights we do now. And maybe, just maybe, they saw more than light. Maybe they saw visitors from the past. If you enjoyed this journey into the mysteries of history and myth, make sure to subscribe, leave a comment with your theory, and join me for the next chapter of the unknown.